Does anybody else feel like the Earps are humongous douchebags in this episode?
We open up the episode with the Enterprise being followed by this thing, and we're not quite sure what its intentions are. So Kirk brings the ship to a full stop. Then a voice tells him that this is Malcosian space, and they are not wanted. But Kirk has his orders to establish relations with the Malcosians at all costs. So ignoring the do not trespass sign, Kirk orders the ship ahead of the planet and to beam down with an away team to introduce themselves. When they decide to leave, that's when we see the Malcosians are the Krang aliens from Ninja Turtles. Since they didn't pay attention to the sign, now our team is going to be punished, and they get transported to the set of a Western. Oh, I mean the town of Tombstone. It seems the Malcosians use Kirk's family history of pioneers of the American West as a setting for their execution. And in this setting, Kirk and company are set in the roles of the Clanton gang, who had a duel with Wyatt Earp and his brothers along with Doc Holliday at the infamous OK Corral. Now I have to say, I get that the away team is supposed to be our heroes, but these were known thieves and criminals. Why does everyone in town love them? And why are the Earps and Doc Holliday portrayed as being like total douchebags? I'm sure they weren't totally noble and good, but seriously. So the better part of the episode is spent trying to figure out how to get out of the situation that they're in. Even trying to convince people they are not the Clanton gang, and then trying to devise a way of not having to actually kill anybody. Oh, and Chekhov gets shot. That's a thing. In the end, we realize that the way out of this is to go all Matrix style, and realize the bullets aren't real, and much like Neo, they don't even have to dodge bullets, because they pass right through them. So Kirk gets to beat up on an Earp, and then we're back on the ship. Everyone's fine. And that weird probe thing, that thing blows up. And the giant brain thing says that they are now welcome, because the only thing they were really worried about was whether or not humans would be mean. Not all those really xenophobic reasons from the beginning of the episode.
Now, of course, I'm watching this episode, and the only thing that can really stick in my mind is I'm comparing the whole thing to the movie Tombstone, which is one of my favorite movies. Definitely one of my favorite westerns that I've seen. And it's hard to sort of take away the images I had and seeing the movie so many times when watching this episode, and the way that the Clantons and the Earps are portrayed in this episode. Again, like I said in my commentary in the episode, these are our protagonists. Kirk and the away team are the heroes, for lack of a better term, and so we don't want to see them portrayed as being the villains, the bad guys, and we want the Earps to be someone we don't mind seeing be defeated. Now, I will say that I did like the idea of, the bullets, and really this whole world that they were in is just part of an illusion, doesn't really exist. And as long as you understand that it doesn't exist, then the bullets can't hurt you. And it's very Matrixy. Now we can look back on it, and see that comparison. But at the time, I don't know that there was really that kind of comparison within, popular culture or cinema or television or anything like that. So I found that was a very imaginative way of resolving the issue. Now, what I did like is that the aliens, the Malcosians, basically seem to be these xenophobes. These are outsiders, they're dirty, and they shouldn't be allowed on our planet. But at the end of the episode, really the problem was that they were worried that these humans would be too violent. I mean, I get the sense that, they're recluses. They're a race of people who don't want anything to do with the outside galaxy, as it were. So why all of a sudden, because, Kirk didn't shoot Wyatt Earp, is it okay for him to come to the planet? I mean, Kirk makes a point at the end of the episode that they grew out of that violent stage, but that's not really true. I mean, dude got in a fist fight with Wyatt Earp at the end of the episode. Kirk gets in fist fights with everybody in almost every episode of Star Trek. He is clearly a soldier who, when the time suits him, will resort to violence as quickly as humanly possible. Not to mention his conflicts with, say, I don't know, the Klingons. So to say that violence is no longer part of human culture is not really accurate either. I just sort of felt like it didn't make any sense that the Malcosians would just be like, oh, well, you're not as violent as we thought you were, so come on in and have some supper. Take your shoes off, stay a while. Maybe that's just me. It didn't make any sense to me. It's an alright episode. I don't really care if these episodes where suddenly we're like in a setting from Earth and we're dealing with an Earth-like setting. Like I don't really care for a lot of those kind of episodes. So this one, it kind of falls in that category with being in a Wild West scenario for like a good 3/4 of the episode. The premise I didn't really enjoy. I mean, the acting's good, and like I said, I like the resolution, the whole idea that none of this stuff is really real unless you believe it to be real. But let me know what you guys think. If you disagree with me, please feel free to disagree with me in the comment section down below, what you liked about the episode, what you didn't like about the episode. And question today for you guys, do you guys watch Western movies or Western television shows? And if so, which ones do you like the most? Again, I love the movie Tombstone. I do love, it's an old John Wayne movie called Rio Bravo. It's a really great movie. And I'm going to throw in and include, I would argue, Firefly as a television series. Yes, I get sci-fi, it's in space and spaceships, but it's a Western in many respects. In many, many ways, does it have that feel of being on the frontier. So I'm going to count that as a Western, and I'm going to say that's definitely one of my favorite Western shows. So if you enjoyed my review, guys, please make sure you hit that like button, favorite, share, Facebook, Twitter, however you do it. If you haven't enjoyed the challenge, you can join right over here. And if you missed my last episode, you can right over there. And next time we'll be watching Day of the Dove. So we'll see you in the challenge. Bye, guys.